Hi, I'm David.
I'm Max.
And I'm Matt. And we're
DM Squared.
And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about our idea for the DECA 2012 Idea Challenge.
When we heard that plastic bags were this year's item, we started brainstorming some of their different uses. For instance, holding things or tying things together. Something that caught our eye in particular is what they're made of. The material turns out to be polyethylene. It's actually quite a strong material. The reason plastic bags are so flimsy is because they're manufactured to be thin. Being from a robotics club, we like structurally sound materials. What we needed to do was take the plastic in a bag and turn it into something useful.
In robotics, we use a 3D printer to create different brackets and mounts that would have been hard to produce otherwise. A 3D printer uses plastic filament to create different products. Because the materials a 3D printer uses is hard to get and not very cheap, we wanted to figure out a way to use plastic bags, which is way cheaper to use. We have created a 3D model of a possible design for a 3D printer which consists of a nozzle, a heating element, and an extruder. We have altered the traditional design of a 3D printer to accommodate the plastic bags.
Knowing what we wanted to do with the plastic, we not only wanted to develop our idea, but we also wanted to try it out. A basic 3D printer uses a filament 3 mm in diameter. This happens to be the same width as a standard hot glue gun. Early prototypes using a hot glue gun were able to produce small amounts of usable filament. The first step we took was to twist the plastic bags and then cut them up into manageable pieces. We then put the pieces into a blender and slowly ground down the small pieces of plastic into a fine powder-like substance. Using a hot glue gun, we were able to melt this powder and produce a small portion of a 3 mm filament we wanted. The hot glue gun worked, but it wouldn't be efficient enough to produce large amounts of filament able to be used in the industry. As explained earlier, we carried out a model of a hot glue gun nozzle specifically tailored to melting and extruding plastic bags. With a nozzle like this combined with more machinery, we would be able to produce large amounts of usable filament. This is significant for two reasons. The first one being that 3D printing is becoming widely used in many industries in America. The movie industry is a prime example. In the stop-motion animated movie Paranorman, 3D printers were utilized to make thousands of faces that gave the character over 1.5 million expressions. Also, in the new 007 movie Skyfall, 3D printed models of the Aston Martin car were made to be used for special effects. The second reason using plastic for a filament is significant is because it is cheap and eco-friendly. With 3D printing playing more and more of a role in today's world, and plastic continuing to pile up, we feel that there is no reason not to use plastic for a 3D printing filament. This has been DM Squared. Thank you for listening to our idea for the 2012 DECA Idea Challenge.